I just don't want to say it here.
Mhm.
He's put out my address. He's put out my number. I mean, everything just because we're no longer friends. Um,
Mhm.
he's attacked people that are close to me, my mods that I have on here. Um, he's just not a nice man. He tries to pretend like he's a nice man, but his videos and his lives tell a whole different
Mhm.
story. And he keeps on asking for us to show proof. The proof is out there. All the videos that we have on our friends' pages are of his lives. Those are words coming out of his mouth. So even
Mhm.
just taking away, how he is as a father, how he is as a
Mhm.
human being is is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it's clear to me, and this just from my interaction at the beginning with him when he messaged me, and I told him I'm concerned about your son's safety. I just want to present, give you the opportunity to present what's going on, but also people the opportunity to talk to you. He blew up on me. He started talking about how he was going to get a lawyer and how he was going to do all of these things. It's very obvious to me that, and this is not to say he doesn't love his son. It's obvious that he needs his son for social media presence only. And I mean, like, on social media. I'm not saying anything outside of social media. I'm saying he relies on his son and this I'm a dutiful father, and I am a role model and all of that. He's had several news interviews, right? He's had several news interviews about bullying. He had the Christmas story where I think it was Christmas, where he got a ton of Christmas cards or birthday cards or something for his son. And it's obvious that the reason he gets so offended when you ask him the simple question, he has to he wants to talk about my GoFundMe. He wants to talk about, no. You know what we came here for. Let's not pussyfoot around. You know what we're here for. And so when you go and do that, it shows me that you rather try to push a different narrative. If you were so worried, why are you here? If you didn't think you did anything wrong, why are you here? Miss Parker, what are your thoughts?
oh yeah, I'm like a bad jury member today because I don't know a lot about him. But from what I heard him say, I personally grew up with a mother with Munchausen by proxy. I was on 17 medications.
I'll
Um,
behave. I'll behave.
and I had gone 3 kids and function as an
Mm-hmm.
adult. He would tell me, hey, tell this therapist such and such and such and such. So
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, no, and I appreciate you coming up and giving us your side, your story, and what things have been for you. And that's why and thank you so much, Miss Parker. When I asked you, Marty, whether or not, and when I said that you don't have to have autism to get an SSI check,
True.
that was my
True.
point to say
True.
that
And
there
my
are other
apologies.
things.
My apologies for getting mad earlier.
Okay, so let's clear something up. We're not here to talk about me. So let's not deflect
About
anymore.
me.
Let's not say, what about you? You're a
About
racist. If
me.
that's how you feel,
It's all about me. I'm
okay,
good.
let me talk. Or I'm gonna mute you. Let me talk. Okay, we're not here for that. So either you're here, you want to have a conversation, or you don't. So now, going back, you said that you have been bullied and you have been harassed. How have you been bullied and harassed? Talk to me about that.
That is a good question. How I've been bullied and harassed? First off, when my brother had just. Can I do a little story real quick? A small short
Go
story.
ahead.
All right.
Mm.
I took care of my brother for over 26 years, and I took care of my son for 35 years. Well, 3 years ago, my brother had passed away, so I moved here to a small town because I couldn't afford the bigger town. That year was so hard that we were just on my son's SSI. I wasn't even getting paid to be a caretaker, and I reached out to social media about just giving my son a Christmas card. That's it, just a Christmas card, and it went viral. It got over 40,000 Christmas cards. Y'all know the stories; they're all out there. And from there, his his name got little blew up, I guess you would say. And from there,
Mm-hmm.
the news had posted my address on there. From there, people found my address. They kept calling pranks and pizza pranks. I had over 600 pizza pranks in my house. I've had death threats to my house. there's numerous police reports, but they physically can't do anything until they move out of that house because they used to go by their videotape in my house. It's all out there. The news picked it up twice because of that. To a point I can't move down
And
here in
let's
the
be clear.
country.
Let's clear up something. Let's
Sure.
clear up something. You said the news gave out your address. You gave your address to the news, correct?
No, I had posted on the local page, and from there it got shared thousands and thousands of times. I actually shared it on my Facebook, and from there it got shared.
Hold on, because let me
Sure.
walk you through something.
Sure.
I've been on the news several times. When they are going to post something, they ask for your permission to post for it. They do. So
No.
and hold on, especially when you give out your when you give out your public address, as you did when you made the post asking for the Christmas cards. So even in their edited video of the Christmas cards, it has your address. When you're standing in that room, because I watched the video, it has your address. So let's not act like it's the news just gave your address and you just didn't know what to do with it.
Can I ask you something? What state are you in?
Michigan.
Okay, when state of Texas, it is public domain, your address, your phone number.
Yes.
They don't need a reason to post it in the state of Texas. I don't know about Michigan, but the state of Texas, they can post your address and you. So that's what they did. So the media didn't have to have that information or release
Marty, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Okay.
I'm just being honest.
Okay, but didn't you posted your address as well, right?
Yeah, I posted on my page, which I shouldn't have did it. I admit it. But
okay, so that's your fault. That's your fault. You should have used the PO box if you were worried about people. If you were worried about it, you should have used the PO box. That's your fault. Going to the next topic. So you talk about tell me how you have been harassed. You said people are sending pizza to your house. People are calling.
They've sent me death threats. They've set those at my house with videos driving by I'm watching you and stuff like that on my videos. That they're out there. If you look for them, they're out there. And once again, the police cannot do nothing unless they physically do something to me. That's why, as long as they stay in the street, like right now where I live at, if they stay in the street and videotape me, I can't do nothing because they're on public property. But if they went in my yard, that's a different story. But it's just the way it's just the point where I'm always getting talked about. I'm getting bullied. I'm getting harassed to a point where they have got me fired 3 times. They found out we're working, got me fired 3 times where I can't work as a caregiver for my son anymore because of they mass reported my work and they didn't want to deal with no negativity. And now here, they have called adult protectors just the day after yesterday here. Accusations were that my son was all bruised up and the house I was living in a shack, which I have no problem. They came and they took video.
Are you a paid caregiver for your son?
I was, not no more. I can't. I'm blackballed from doing that anymore. I'm blackballed from that because.
How are you blackballed from being a? How are you blackballed from being a paid caregiver?
They fired me from 3 agencies. They found out where I work at. And they fired me from 3 agencies. They let me go politely. The company itself doesn't want to get involved with any kind of social media. They don't want their name tarnished against anything, so they let me go nicely. Yes, it was my fault for being on social media. But you've got to understand, I've been doing this before social media was social media. I used to sit at seminars in the early 90s and listen to guest speakers. Most of them were doctors and psychologists. And I used to flash out flyers. I used to stop people randomly to talk about autism. So I've been fighting this fight since the 90s. I've been his mom and dad since he was 2 years old. And I'm still fighting this fight to be heard.
Marty, I don't think there's any fight here to say that you haven't been doing things for your son, and especially in the beginning. I don't think we're not here to argue that point. I think what we're here to talk about is the accusations of you utilizing your son, for social media and to put him in positions that he is not comfortable with. For example, I'll give you an example. There was a video where you had said you were going to do fireworks. And you said that if he gets scared during the fireworks, that you would stop. In that video, he displays, one more. and I'll play it for you. And I'll play it for you because I'll jog your. Well, not everybody.
One more firework. I remember that.
Hold on. Let me play it for everybody else.
Everybody heard before, but in case you knew, my son's gonna walk into his almost
So let me see if I can find it real quick. But go ahead. You go ahead and address that.
No worries.
Go ahead and address that for me.
Sure. Yeah, I popped a couple of fireworks because it was just me and my son and my neighbors across the street. We had a little movie night outside, and we made some meat on the grill. And I popped about 4 coming down and said, "Let's try one more." And when that one more pop, he didn't like it, so I gave the rest away to my neighbor. If you like, I can go.
But that's not what you did. That's not what you did in the video. That's not what you did in the video.
Yes, I did.
He. That's not what you did. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it because that's not what you did.
I'll wait.
All right, give me a second. Hold on. It's gonna take me a second to pull it up because I thought I had saved it.
Matter of fact, I can probably find it on my page if you like.
Well, if you can find it before me, let me know.
Sure, hold on. I'm proud to be an American.
Let's see here.
I even opened my page up so you can look at my videos. I'm
just trying to find the firework video.
No, that's fine. I said I opened up my video so you can look at them. I ain't got nothing to hide. I opened it just for this page. And that's the reason why I got all of them private, because they're bashing me bad. They are actually taking pictures of my mother, who passed away of cancer, and my father, and making ugly videos saying that I was inbreed and they were related. I'm what do you call it?
But you do the same thing too to people.
Huh? All right, here. So I have the video. I have the video. So let me go ahead and let me. Okay, I have the video. So let me go ahead. I need you guys to.
If it looks like it bothers him, then I won't pop him. But if it doesn't, then I'll pop him. Yeah. We had fun that day.
Be quiet. Be quiet when I'm playing the sound. Okay, people need to be able to hear it. True. I'm just gonna mute you since you don't know how to fucking listen. Go ahead. Come here. I love you too. Okay, I love you. Come here. No, one more. One more, we'll save it, okay? Now, you say in the video, now you can unmute. You say in the video, you said that if he was going to show any signs of distress, you were going to stop. You walk over to him. He is obviously showing signs of distress. He is not happy in the video. He did not want to hear that sound. And what did you say? One more. So you did not appreciate. No, hold on. Let me finish. You did not do what you said you were going to do, which means you did not care for how he felt in that moment. Explain that.
Well, you know he's 35 years old, a grown man, right? We have yell and hold on. I've got something for Mystic, her shaking her head, saying I'm a bad parent. Hold on.
You keep saying that, and I saw in a previous video, he's a 35-year-old man. He's not a toddler. No, we're not doing that. No. You're muted. You're not going to sit here and deflect and go back and forth. Marty, you're going to have a conversation. You keep saying that he's a 35-year-old man.
Well, I try to show you a video. I try to show you a video.
No, I'm not doing that. If you do it again, I'm going to, if you do it again, you're going to be dropped. If you don't want to play fair, you're going to get dropped.
Sure, go ahead.
You keep saying that you were going to pay attention. If he did this, if he did that, he showed obvious signs of being in distress. You did it anyway. What is your response to that? I don't care about Mystic. I don't care about my videos. Tell us the response to that.
It was 4th of July. And in the country, people are popping fireworks everywhere, as well as gunfire out there because we live in the country. So
it was New Year's Day. It was New Year's Day. It wasn't even the 4th of July.
We all raise our voices to our child. We all raise our voices to our children now and then. Mystic's done it. I've got videos. I've done it. And don't throw your eyes up.
You got the wrong one today. You got the wrong way. You got the wrong one. I know you stop playing with me. You said, I asked you a question. Answer the question. If you're not going to answer the question, we're not going to play what Mystic did, what Aunt Karen did. We all raising kids. You keep saying that he's a 35-year-old man. He is a 35-year-old special needs man. Do not sit here and act like when you get in trouble, you want to, when you've done wrong, you want to deflect to the point that he's a 35-year-old man. That's not how you do that.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead. It is. I'm sorry. Is it Tronic?
Tronikis.
Oh,
Tronikis.
Tronikis.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Now,
What are your thoughts?
he was gonna lecture, or he was gonna, show Marty's journey or Junior's journey on how overcoming school, transitioning into adulthood, what programs did he use, and that's why I started to follow Marty. What really caught my eye about Marty Mendoza was, he dresses him up as a cholo and does his lowrider poses. Well, sometimes Marty, you could see him, Junior, I'm sorry, you could see Junior resisting, like not wanting to. Or have you seen those cholo faces that they put on?
Yes, I have.
Marty's really, really, like not comfortable. But yet, Marty continues to put him through all this, I want to say trauma, because if Junior doesn't want to do it, why does he continue to put him through that? I have an autistic daughter. I have an autistic daughter who's 11 years old. And we went to Disneyland once. And that day we had to come home because it was just overwhelming and too much. We experimented. It didn't work out. Oh, well, we came home, because for her sake, what was the point of us going to enjoy Disneyland if she wasn't enjoying? You get it? And Marty is the complete opposite. Marty likes to enjoy seeing his son stressed. He likes to see, Junior, like, especially, I don't know if you've seen when he starts hitting his head, and to me, I'm a psychology major. That's repetitive behavior, because this is what Mark Jr. is used to. So obviously there's signs that there's physical violence that Marty Sr. inflicts on Jr. And that the signs are there. The signs are definitely there.
And I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I'm no expert, so I can't say yes or no. But at this point, it's, you say you're going to do one thing. I'm going to protect him. If the sounds are too loud and the fireworks are too loud, I'm going to stop immediately. You didn't, though. And then your excuse for why you didn't stop is that he's a 35-year-old man. And your excuse for leaving him in the car unattended is because he's a 35-year-old man. But you can't do that and still rely on the fact that he's special needs. You benefit from him being special needs when you want to ask for money. You don't say he's a 35-year-old man when you want to ask for money. But he's a 35-year-old man now. He's a 35-year-old man when you don't do what you say you're going to do. So which one is it? Which one is it? You can't have it both ways, Marty. You can't have it both ways. You got to treat him you need to treat him with more dignity and respect. I'm going to drop you guys. You guys can come back up in a second. Let me talk to Marty some more. And then we'll have some more conversation with you guys. Marty, you cannot keep going. You cannot rely on the fact. You can't say that you have a special needs son when you're asking for money. You say he's special needs. He has autism. Hold on, let me finish. When you do this, you say my son. When you're asking for money, you say my son is special needs. He has autism. He's this. He's that. We need money. We need help paying for stuff. He needs Christmas cards. He needs this. But then when you do something you shouldn't do, like leaving him unattended, when you don't listen to him being in obvious distress, you say he's 35 years old. So you fall on his age when you want to, and you fall on his disability when you want to, when it benefits you.
No.
Well, tell me different. Tell me different.
Well, first off, show me proof where I've asked for money, literally begging my son for money. And second, my son, there's so many levels of autism. Not one child is the same. My son is different than hers. Her child is different than mine. My child is different than every child is different. When you meet one autistic child, you meet one autistic child. I've been in my son's life for 35 years.
Are you going to always deflect? Are you always going to deflect to how autistic children are different, or in how you've been in his life for 35 years? You should be in his life. You are his father. So stop acting like this is a trophy prize and you got to tell everybody every time you have a conversation that you've been in his life. This isn't a trophy. You don't get a trophy for being a father. So once again, why are you relying on the other things? Go ahead.
Oh, first off, I don't know how you were raised, your parents raised. I don't know. You don't know how I was raised. You don't know how my parents were raised. My parents could have been mean. I was probably raised to be mean. I was raised with my brothers. My dad taught me to be a tough man, never to take no bull crap from nobody. So I'm very offensive when it comes to my son because we've battled and fought through this whole life with people with negativity, such as a lot of these people on this social media. You know, at the end of the day, none of them pay my bills, so I really don't care what they have to say. My life doesn't change. My life is still going to be there. I'm still going to represent autism awareness. I'm still going to fight for autism awareness. I'm still going to be his voice. So it doesn't matter what anybody has to say on this page because I don't know them. Not one of them's ever came to my house. Not one of them's ever sat at my table. Not one of them's ever broke bread with me. Not one of them's ever helped me change diapers with my son. Not one of them's ever helped me take my son to shower. Not one of them's ever dealt with seizures that where he was having 3 to 4 a day. Not one of them's ever helped me teach my son to walk until he was 20. Not one of them. My son didn't think he was going to live past 14 because of his seizures. He was born having seizures 3 or 4 a day. Thank God he has them randomly. I did that. 20 years old, I stepped up to the plate and took care of this man when the mother dropped him off at my mom's doorstep. Not
As you
caring for that
should,
boy.
you're his father. As you should, you're his father. Listen, you
And
don't get a prize for being a father.
I'm not done yet. How many fathers can say that? Most of them left their children because they didn't want to deal with the stress. I'm still here to this day.
And that's
gonna
great.
Be in my life.
Listen, and that's great. You had sex. You had sex. You produced a child. That intercourse, that interaction produced a child, and now you have to pay for them. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, Marty.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you've been taking care of him. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about at this point in time. And you talk about being a father to him, but what about your other children?
Well, first off, my daughter. She left with my other daughter, not other children. Only one daughter.
Okay.
So
what about your other child? Let's talk about that then.
Okay, good. Well, the daughter I paid child support for 18 years. I have a video. Of her making fun of me and her brother. I can show it for you, but I don't want to get muted. Literally making fun of me and her brother. I have videos of the mother. A friend lady reached out to the mother, wanted to pick her up to come see this boy, and she made excuse after excuse. Don't know the lady. I've seen the video. I can show that to you if you like too. They never wanted to be in his life.
If you want to, I would like you. You made the claim that your daughter has made fun of your son. Show it.
Sure. Hold on. This is making claim that she just wants to do it for the clout. Hold on.
Yeah, if your daughter is just doing stuff for the clout, show it. I'd love to see that. And if she is doing that,
hold on.
Shame on her, and she needs to be called out as well.
Oh, here's the mother. Let's do the mother and daughter talking to each other first. Let's do this for a minute.
Go ahead, Marty.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to switch this freaking thing. Okay. This is the mother and daughter.
That's your daughter in the video?
And the mother.
I think it's mine too. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe they'll do that. Have y'all seen his teeth lately? When he talks, they turn green.
This is the mother talking about her son.
Yeah, that's like the son, and he's doing something, some kind of drugs that's rotting up his teeth. Ew.
Hold on. Here's hold on.
I don't know what that was supposed to show.
What's showing that she's bullying?
I didn't hear anything bullying. I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, hold on.
And as people are pointing out, she's talking about you. And listen, I don't know anything about your daughter and the mother. I really if they're not going to come in here, I really don't know what the point is.
Okay, hold on. Here, this.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's what's up. She don't follow me. That's what's up. I tell you the truth. Like Marty Mendoza, he'll do cocaine. He'll do drugs every day. He'll kick my mom's stomach even though my mom pregnant with my brother. Yeah. When my mom was pregnant with and my brother. That's so sad. And their mama in the floor doing the food to her and everything. Marty, Mendoza.
Hold on. Oh, hold
So
on.
she's talking about, who do you think she's talking about there? You or your son?
Well, she's talking about me, but I've got videos of her talking about my son as well. But
Okay, but you didn't show. But Marty, I asked you to show. I asked you to show that. You didn't show that, so you wasted my time. Okay, going
No, so
back
you
to
just
going.
no,
You wasted my time. You did.
no, I
So
didn't.
you're having a disagreement with your ex partner. That welcome to life. I don't care about that. What I care about is about what people are saying with how you treat your son. So once again, here we are. Let's talk about this. Now,
Sure.
you said that people are saying that you say your son has autism. Have you ever had him diagnosed and
Of
he's
course.
been diagnosed autistic?
Yes, he has.
Okay. All right.
Legally
Is there
diagnosed.
Okay, yes or no? That was a yes or no. Thank you.
Yes,
Ed,
yes, legally diagnosed. Go ahead.
Marty, don't make me drop you. I will drop you back down. Do not make me drop you. I'm not gonna play games with you. I'm just not gonna do it. So as everybody has been saying with your son, going back to the moment that he was in the fireworks, and you said that that you were going to stop the fireworks. Why didn't you?
Because I didn't want to.
That's what makes you a terrible father, right there.
Yes. 35 years and not
thank you
popping
for
the
putting it.
fireworks
Thank you.
makes me a
So
terrible father.
your son was, as much as you say you care about him, and as much as you say you were going to do something, you just admitted that you didn't really care about him in the moment. You care more about putting off some fireworks on fucking on New Year's than you cared about your son, who you promote and say how much you care and how much you're a good parent and you just want the best for him.
I know. That's why I did Zoom meetings all over the world, because I am a bad parent. That's why I did news interviews, because I'm a bad parent.
No, you did a news interviews because you wanted clout. Let's be honest. You did news interviews because you wanted clout. You did news interviews because you wanted clout. You wanted some attention.
That's why you wanted me to go on my big live. That's why you wanted to go on my big live, because you wanted the clout. I said no. I want to go on this small live. Did you
go on your big live? What are you talking about?
Did you not text me? Why don't you go on your big live? Your big page.
No, I did not. I said stop commenting on your small account and comment on your real page. Don't play with me. Nobody asked you to go on a big live.
You know that ain't real, right? You know that ain't real on you, right? So.
Yes, I do. Welcome to TikTok.
Yeah.
I think we all know that, Marty.
And at the end of the day, you don't pay my bills.
You're gonna actually
None of these people pay my bills.
Go ahead. And yet here you are. Okay, so I see people said put big. Okay.
Oops, hold on.
I thought they had to show their face.
I am.
Why don't you give them a second? Go ahead and mute, and I'm going to start with Big Kahuna.
Yeah.
Somebody is. Hold on.
Echoing.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, Marty, enough with the lies, dude. Everything you say, you constantly contradict yourself. You put yourself in these situations. He does this all the time. All the time. Like, you literally exploit your son for money, for views, for clout. We all see it happens every day. Every day. Horrible to his son. His son has no basic life skills whatsoever. He won't put his son in any classes to help him learn anything. He chooses just to sit on the couch all day on TikTok, dry begging for money. Exactly the same way you're doing it now, dude. Exactly the same way. Exactly. And I don't understand how all these people that follow him totally agree with the things that he does. It's disgusting. Disgusting. But he's okay with it. He's cool with it. You can shake your head all you want. We see it, dude. You're a horrible father. Horrible father.
I mean, go ahead, unmute yourself, Marty. I muted you because you don't know how to wait your turn. Go ahead.
It looks like dinner with me. No, have you ever been in my life?
If you gonna go through this whole spiel again about who been to your house, who sat in their dinner, I'm not gonna listen to that. You gonna have to come on. I'm gonna give you some time to think. I'm gonna give you some time to think because you're not gonna sit here and go back and forth. We already know none of us has been to your house.
I can tell
none of us has been to your house. None
It's
of us
okay.
have
I'm
been to
fine.
your house and had
Like,
dinner. We're not going to go back and forth, Marty. We haven't been to your house and we haven't had dinner.
There's proof all over TikTok of how crappy you are. You're the worst person. You're so vile and you treat your son horrible. Your son should have a better life. The bare minimum is not enough.
I know.
Not enough.
I know.
Dry begging on TikTok to get things is not enough for your son.
And Karen, since somebody brought it up in the live, did you know that there's a video of him saying he wanted to get an escort for his son?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
You might have.
You said you wanted to get an escort? There's a video?
Yeah, there's a video.
I wanted to get my son a Lamborghini. Wanted him to get a mansion, escort.
Dude, exactly. You can't remember.
$1 million.
You can't remember nothing. But he did say he wanted an escort for his son. How freaking disgusting is that?
Yeah, you're just full of it today, aren't you, Marty?
No, I'm just confident in myself.
If you could
go ahead, I'm gonna Lucky Luciano, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
There we go. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
How you doing, Marty?
Pretty good, bud. What's going on, bud?
So a while back, somebody told me about him because I have a son that's severely autistic and nonverbal. So I looked at his videos, and he said he was doing ABA therapy with his son, and I asked him about it.
Especially.
For some reason, you're cutting in and out. I'm not really sure. Lucky, for some reason, you're cutting in and out. You have headphones in? You might try it without the headphones.
All right, there we go. So yeah, okay. I asked him about the ABA stuff, and he got offended because I'm like, did you go to school for it? He said, you didn't have to, just do your research. When I found out about my son in Texas, I combed the internet. I mean, I went crazy, obsessed, like we all do. Anybody has severely autistic children, looking for answers, couldn't find them. So I saw another dad and I reached out. He got defensive really quick because I was asking questions. Then he tried to make fun of me because he said I was using big words and trying to sound smart. Well, English is my second language, and I pride myself in, educating myself, especially about this subject here. My biggest thing is you're not giving nobody no information, bud. I can tell you how to get it done here in New York for anybody that wants to know. My son, I can tell you where he got evaluated, what the process is, what he does now. 5 days a week, speech therapy. He can use a tablet, 6-7 word sentences now. It took almost 10 years to do that, though.
His son has a tablet.
Hold on. Go ahead. Let him finish, please. Go ahead.
He's not bringing any value. I'm not seeing you talk about these organizations, how your son progressed, what therapies you have, and what he's doing long term. What's your plans if something happens to you? You know what I mean? Like, where's it at? And I thought dad to dad, because a lot of dads do leave, right? I thought I'd give you a chance, but crash and burn, my friend. And then you got all offended. Offended at what? It was just one dad reaching out to another. And then you got all mad. Then you try to make it sound like somebody was attacking. Nobody's attacking you. The biggest thing we need to do in this community is share with each other. No. All right. Somebody may be doing something that I could benefit from. So they tell me about it. Then if I hear somebody else, hey, I tell them about it. And then we keep the network going, because this community, a lot of people do look at us a different kind of way, especially in Texas. They are way behind the times.
Yes, we are.
Way behind the times.
Yes, we are.
You know what I mean? And for you to sit up here and get on people and just block them and whatnot, bro, you a clown.
Well, thank you for
straight up
observation.
Marty, what is your response to that?
Well, my response is, I am not an advocate for autism. I'm not going to preach autism. My videos,
But you do, though. You get on here and you do, though.
No, can I finish?
What?
You let him talk. It's my
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right.
My pages never claimed to be an advocate and never claimed to preach autism. My page is about the day in the life of my son who happens to have autism, and that's what we're about. The day viewing the world through the eyes of an autistic child. First off, I don't know none of y'all. I am not going to tell you what programs, this and that, because every child's different. Programs do not work for every child. Luciano, your program's not going to work for somebody's child. Your program might work for somebody else, but it's not going to work for you. See, every child's different. So why am I going to preach to you when none of you people are really matter to me because I'm just here doing videos with
Well,
my
it's
son.
about sharing information. Maybe I want to try something you tried
Well,
and
see,
it
I don't
does
care
work.
about being a creator. I'm just went on TikTok to share videos and have fun. So
You know, I'm gonna dispute that. I want to dispute that because you do care about being a creator. You did a video a couple months ago in which you were excited that you got into the creator fund. So let's not lie and
no,
say that you did. Hold on, let me finish. You do care about being a creator because, like I said, you did a video about how you get a check and you said you're going to start doing more lives and you're going to start doing more videos because you get paid. So let's not chew the fat here. Let's go ahead and be honest. You do
sure.
care about being a creator. You do
No,
care about making money. So
I don't care
let's
about the
not
creator, but
lie.
may I? I
Yeah.
don't care about being a creator, but I do care about the little extra income that comes from the people that bash me, such as Kahuna, Luciano, them. Every time they bash me, I hear cha-ching. When they
That's
talk bad about me, I
How?
hear cha-ching.
How?
Because every
How are
time
you
they
getting
I'm not
comment,
money?
bashing
How
you.
are you getting
because
stop? How
so
answer
many
to me?
likes,
How are you
so many
stop?
likes, and so many.
Answer
Can
to
I
me
finish?
how you are getting money. How are you getting money when they talk about you? How?
Because on my analyst, every time they talk about me or comment, it adds up. It's not a lot, but it adds up. Maybe 5 cents here, 10 cents there. It's more than I
You're an
had. So
analyst? You're an analyst and that's
no,
the data you're getting?
I check out my analyst thing on my page,
He can't spell it.
Your
and it shows how
I
many
analytics.
think you're
Your
people
trying to say
analytics.
commented,
analytics.
Your
how many people
analytics.
interact. So
Okay.
I don't
What would
claim
you
to be
say
a
is the
smart
most
man. I worked all my life, so I'm not educated. I didn't go to college. I took care of my family, and that's what a man did. I
Okay.
may not be
All right.
smartest
We're
man
gonna
in the
okay.
world, but I'm still
Great,
here.
great. Luciano, go ahead. You said you wanted to add one more thing. Luciano, go ahead. And then we're gonna move over to
Yeah.
Venetia.
Yeah, I did go to college. I joined the service though, and I did take care of
Awesome.
my family. That first year and a half in, I sent my mom half my money, and I still do it now. I got 4 kids, and I
That's
was paying
good.
$800 a month for 4 hours of therapy in Texas. That's why I left and came back to New York, where I pay triple the taxes,
Well,
but my
that's
son is
awesome.
getting what he needs. No one's hating on you. I went at you again because I tried to defend you. You said there was a veteran making fun of your son. I said, show me the proof, and I'll go at him because I check veterans. Right? And
I
no,
can
you
show you the
started talking
video.
mess. And then you let somebody in your life say that they were going to deport me. Dog, don't do it to yourself. I took the screenshot. I do work hard.
I
Okay,
can
this
show you the
community, the
video of the
autism
veteran.
community, I love it. I love the autism community. We
I
do
do
share
too.
a lot of stuff, and I love to see people progress, talk to each other, and help each other. But you toxic, my friend, big time. And I'm not a hater on you. You blocked me. I left it at that. It is what it is. So when I saw this coming about, I said, let me go in and throw my 2 cents in because people need to know what kind of person you are. A fraud. That's what you are.
Okay.
So you
And
don't
I will
really,
gladly say it to your face.
and you don't really. What it seems like is you don't really care about the autism community. You
I
care
don't really
about
care
what you
about
can get.
y'all. None of y'all I don't care about.
And you care. You care because you wouldn't be sitting
I
here.
do.
You care
No,
because you
because
wouldn't be sitting here at 10 o'clock, at least my time. It's 10
well,
o'clock
because
Eastern Standard,
I've been
10:30.
plastered. I've
So
been plastered on
ain't
Facebook
nobody
there for
asked you.
more people to follow.
Here's the funny thing: nobody dragged you here. You came here willingly. We're gonna go to her down here. Go ahead.
She's muted.
And Marty, don't unmute yourself. Go ahead. Oh, you're still muted. You gotta unmute, and then we'll get to Zach. You gotta touch the camera. You gotta touch the microphone. Here, let me send you a request to unmute.
There. Did it work?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So my perspective is I was diagnosed with autism when I was 5. I was nonverbal. I spent most of the year in the groups and then summers with my aunt and uncle who did not understand autism. So in summers, I was pushed hard. And I will say that video with the fireworks really triggered me because that was the kind of stuff my uncle would do. And and I would get back from the summers and I was 2 months behind. So it would take me that long to just kind of recover from that. And I was probably, and I mean, unfortunately in the 70s, when you were diagnosed with autism, it was kind of up to the church to deal with you. So, and no one was licensed. I mean, so they just kind of did whatever treatment they thought. And a lot of it was that kind of thing. Oh, you're uncomfortable with that? Let's do that a lot more. And then, yeah, so kids who I would go in a group with who were speaking at the beginning group, by the end of it, they weren't, because they were so traumatized by it. So that's what I mean. It's really the difference. I mean, just how it's handled. And then as an adult, I've worked with a lot of kids with autism just because I get it. We will put a shield up from the rest of the classroom. The first thing I do, I put a shield so I can talk to them privately. And people don't understand just how being quiet, and I don't know, like I said, those fireworks, wow, that I can't imagine the pain he was going through.
And I appreciate you for adding what you as an autistic person, what you've gone through. And if Marty is smart enough, he'd be listening. But instead, he likes to be childish. And the reason I dropped you out the box, Marty, is because you were being childish. I'm not going to sit here while you disrespect somebody who's autistic and is trying to communicate to us what they've been going through while you try to play games. So if you want to come back up here, now you're going to have to wait until I'm finished talking to everybody else.
Zach, and I just want to know the benefit. If he really wants to get to know his son, I mean, working with him, doing therapy. Like I said, I was nonverbal. My mother was a mathematical genius who also was nonverbal, but thankfully had a sister who was able to work with her. So it's just having someone comfortable you can actually talk to that is so important to just ultimately, functioning, I guess.
But I think what we're seeing, and it's very obvious, that's not what he wants. As he stated, he doesn't care about the autistic community. He doesn't care, but yet you walk around and you got puzzle pieces hanging all around your house. I saw the little banner you had. You walk around, you have a mask that says autism awareness and with puzzle pieces. So you care when it benefits you. You care when you think you're going to get $1 from somebody by saying your child is autistic. So it's very obvious to me that you only care when you think you can benefit from the community. But you don't want to share resources. As Lucky Luciano said, you should want to share resources. You should want to hear what other people are going through. It's obvious you don't have a connection with your son. You have a true, like, it's not even a true real caregiver role, but you have like you're a loser. You don't really care about your son. What happened to the tablet? How come he doesn't have a tablet? That blows my mind. He had a tablet, but you took it.
But he uses it for himself on TikTok. He uses it himself. His son has never used it. There's other parents who have autistic children and they show their daily journeys, what they're doing.
Yes.
But Marty won't show that. He doesn't show it because he
doesn't have anything to show.
Yeah. Like his poor son, like I know he can't feed himself. I mean, he could barely put something in his mouth. It's sad, because like I said, he doesn't know any basic life skills at all. He showed a video of him brushing his teeth, and we know that he's never probably ever brushed his teeth ever because Junior was pulling away, and it hurts. Like the poor child is probably in pain, but Marty's not going to do anything about it because he's too lazy about it. I have a daughter with disability as well, and I'm proud to say my daughter is an honor roll student in high school. I am very proud to that, but I don't show my daughter's journey on there because I don't want to put my daughter like that, like Marty does. Marty uses Junior. When Marty goes to, he dry begs for money to go to car shows. He puts donation boxes out there, but he pockets it to the community. Not once has he's ever done it. Never.
And he's
sad.
Yeah, and it's funny because like he states like, "Oh, I'm not here to, show, help the other community. I'm here to show what autism looks like through my son's eyes." This is not This is not showing what autism looks like through your son's eyes. This is you playing a role. This is you. This is you showing yourself. Exactly. You're not showing anything. How come you showing videos of you kissing your son's forehead and all of this when you want something? When you're saying like, here, when you're saying the struggles a single parent deal with on a daily basis, when you're trying to get sympathy from people, how come we don't see what Junior is doing? How come he doesn't have that tablet?
When he
Zach,
gets,
go ahead. I want to.
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go, Zach, go ahead.
Okay, I like to say thank you for bringing me on. This might be off topic. I am a disabled dog who has got learning disability, gastric paralysis, and that one time I used to support Marty until I found out the true character of him. And one time he really did tell me and my wife, who are both disabled, to kill ourselves, and that's not right. He thinks he's spreading autism awareness about talking crap to women, kids, and all this and that. But he's just so out there that I honestly, truthfully, don't know what's going on with him. He also really did say he would buy a prostitute and let him double team the prostitute. Because I'm the one that instigated that thing. Say, would you buy him a prostitute? Say, yes, I would. And that's just disgusting. But like I said, I appreciate you let me get your attention and bring awareness to Marty. Marty is a terrible person. He has never told the truth about anything. That's pretty much all I gotta say.
And at the time, and I'm not going to show that because it's absolutely disgusting, but you can tell that Marty is in a position, the son is in a position where his anatomy is maybe, let's just say, erect or something. We'll put it that way.
Yes.
Why did you show that? Why did you show that as somebody who has it? Why would you show that to people? Why?
Honestly, I don't know why Marty showed that.
What?
I saw that photo. Excuse me, sorry. You got to ask Hot Pink that. Hot Pink instigated that situation.
Hot Pink instigated that situation? What do you mean?
Yeah,
how did they instigate?
One day, one live, Hot Pink was talking to him, and she asked him about something about Big Bertha, and Big Bertha, that's been his thing all along, is about Big Bertha. It's actually sick and disgusting.
Explain Big Bertha. I've been seeing that when I was looking.
Okay, Big Bertha, he calls Big Bertha his little pecker.
His or his son's?
No, not his son. But his son was right there in the room with him. When he said that. Marty, don't shake head. You know it's true. Ask anybody. It's true. You grabbed your pecker and said, Big Bertha. I think we've been spying on Big Bertha through the window. Yeah, your son was right there, man.
Sorry.
Yes, it's true. Quit shaking your head. It's not lying. It's on video on generic soda.
My 32-foot RV. My 32-foot RV is called Big Bertha from the movie Selena.
No, it's not, man.
Okay, you're gonna sit here and lie. You're gonna sit here and lie.
Don't lie nothing.
Why are you lying for, man? Everybody knows. She ain't caring to comment on it, put this puking face. Why are you lying for her?
Can everybody go look at Zach's page? He's got nothing but hate videos of
No.
Yeah, I totally got hate videos.
We can't. Because that's not what we're here for. We're not here. We're not here for that. We're not here for Zach. We're not here for me. We're here for you. So no, we can't go
I don't go live because you're disgusting, man. You make fun of me and my teeth, and you're a sick person who needs help. You truly are sick in the head, man.
Why do you have videos of me on your page? Hateful videos of me.
Oh, yeah, I totally got videos. Yeah, I totally got videos, man. Yeah, I totally got videos. I'm not generic of them. Thank you.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Go ahead, Lucky. Go ahead. And I'm going to let somebody else in. Zach, thank you.
I'm going to jump out the box. Thank you for letting me come in.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Lucky.
Yeah, I'm a drop because Mystic wants to come in. I really appreciate this. Thank you for letting me in. Everybody out there, if you want to follow, go ahead and we can talk more autism another time. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
And
you
I
so
wanted
much.
to add something when she mentioned brushing the teeth. People with autism have a lot of physical things. Like I have CEDF, which is, where you're basically like with your teeth, your jaw disconnects. And when she said he looked like he's in pain, that's one of the things you learn in therapy is how to properly brush your teeth and do certain things, because normal everyday activities can be excruciatingly painful. Like my skin will just randomly tear apart doing normal things. That's not specific. And that's what I mean. So really by not doing therapy, it's not just the verbal and stuff, it's physical. I mean, they're treated physical conditions.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's so important just listening to other people and saying that, understanding that there is a community. And for him to say he doesn't care about the community, then that means you don't care about your son. Because why wouldn't you want to get your child the best possible resources and find out information from other people? I don't understand that. I can't understand why somebody wouldn't want to do that. I'm going to go to, and thank you so much. I'm going to drop you and add somebody else. I appreciate your time. Go ahead to Mystic. Did you want to add something else too?
Okay, first of all, this man is disgusting. I've been to his house a couple of times.
Oh.
I have eaten at the same table as this man. His house was disgusting. Smelled like urine because he changes poor Marty Jr. maybe twice a day, if that. They came to my house because they've been to my house to the point that when he sat on my couch, Junior, and got up, I had a huge wet spot on my couch. Of course, I'm not going to say anything to them because at that time, I was friends with him. I was not going to make somebody feel bad about a situation that they cannot control. But his vehicle smells of urine. That's how I know this man does not change him like he's supposed to change him. Marty Jr. is very smart in a sense, but Marty has made it impossible for Junior to be able to do for himself and be independent. He wants him to solely, what's it called?
Rely on him?
Yes, depend on him for everything. He doesn't know his son. His son has never talked. He doesn't know what hurts him. You should take your child at least twice a year to get a physical. Do a full thing. Do a CAT scan. Do whatever, especially on a non-verbal child who cannot tell you what's going on. Those screams could definitely be, hey, my tooth hurts. Those tantrums he's saying that he has could definitely be, pain inside his body. Marty does not know what is going on in his son's body, no more than what we would know just by watching him, because little Marty could not voice that. You know what I'm saying? My son barely wants to tell me what's going on if he has a headache or whatever, and he can talk. Marty has an excuse for everything. Marty he puts videos of things he wants to show. You ever want to get to know the real Marty? You have to go on his lives. He is disgusting. Yes, he grabbed himself. There's a picture out there. Hell, one of the troll pages had a picture of it on their profile picture. He'll sit there. He'll tell women in the comments, oh, do you want to come get some of this? Do you want to rub oil all over my body? Yes, he did sit there and try to say, let me get Junior, anybody want to chip in and help me get Junior an escort? My son should experience that. No, he shouldn't, because he can't consent. He can't consent to that. It wouldn't be so bad if he just didn't lie. He lies about everything. He gives his son, he lies about, melatonin, the simplest little things. He gives his son melatonin. He's admitted that to me. I was his mod for a long time. He says that he doesn't like drama, but yet when his lives would get too boring, he would then want us to unblock the trolls because it was too boring and they were no longer fun. He said that directly towards me. People don't have to believe me. I don't have proof of that, but I have no reason to lie. I mean, proof is in his lives. Like you go in there now and you try to ask questions about autism or why don't you do this or why don't you do that? You get blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
anybody that blocks, deletes, or tries to erase evidence is already guilty. Already guilty.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and just the way that he responds to people saying things, and just the way that he came at me, and I just said, "Hey, look, I'm just trying to ask you a question." So I 100% believe what Lucky was saying, what everybody's been saying. The moment you say something, you shouldn't get that defensive. If you were doing what you should be doing, you shouldn't be defensive about it. You should be happy to say, "This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it." It shouldn't be a defense mechanism to automatically jump down people's throat. I want to go to, and I can't see the name. I'm sorry about that. Down, just right down here. Go ahead for me.
Is it me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I want to go back to the firecracker incident because when you were telling him that he had stated that if Junior was becoming uncomfortable that he would stop, and then you were telling like obviously you didn't stop, and he was talking over you, he said something that really just caught my ears that I just want to address. He had said he had said, "Oh, I treat him normally. I treat him like a normal child." And Marty, that's not a good thing. You shouldn't be treating him like a normal child because when you do, you ignore those accommodations that your special needs child needs. And I feel like that's where he's messing up is that, he's stating, "Oh, I treat him like a normal child." No, you shouldn't be treating him like a normal child. You treat him like a normal child when it's beneficial to you, when you want to do fireworks and when you want to leave him in the car or whatever the hell else you do. God, who knows. But when it comes to asking for things like donations and cards, suddenly he's a special needs autistic child. Like I have a little brother. He's autistic, and I grew up raising him. We only have a 7-year age difference, but because of how we grow up, because of hard conditions growing up, I was taking care of him. I raised him, and I, as a 14-year-old taking care of a 17-year-old, knew better than this grown ass man of what to do and not to do when taking care of a special needs kid. And I think that phrase just outlines his entire parenting style as a whole, because it seems like he is treating him like a normal child and ignoring all of the accommodations that he needs to be making as a parent in order to make his kid not only comfortable but happy. Like obviously in that firecracker video, he's not happy. He's like verbally telling you in the best way that he can that he is very uncomfortable and does not want to be there. And I remember growing up, obviously things like 4th of July, New Year's and stuff like that. It's a common thing for autistic, kids to be, very sensory, they don't like fireworks. And and I mean, what we would do, I mean, obviously I get what he's saying, where he's like, "Oh, well, we want to have fun, we want to have firecrackers," and that's fine because we did that too. But what we would do with my autistic brother is we would put him in the room, have his headphones on, and I would stay in there with him and make sure that he was okay. And I feel like Marty just like I said, he's treating him like a normal child and completely ignoring all the accommodations that he needs to be making as a parent to his special needs child. Whether you like it or not, you have a special needs child and you need to be treating him as such, because if you don't, then all this stuff that's been happening happens. And it's very, very frustrating to see that as someone who grew up raising an autistic kid. And it's just like, it's really, 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 really frustrating.
And I think it, like you said, and I think we all can see that Marty is trying to paint this picture. And so for people who are asking for Crisco to come in, I don't see anyone in the request box with that name. So I don't know who you guys are talking about. I did see somebody say they want to come in, but they're not in the request box. So at the end of the day, I think it's very clear how Marty is, because somebody brought up the lowrider. You say you're not trying to, you're not an advocate for autism. Then, boy, why you got a whole lowrider that says autism awareness on it? So but you bring it when you need to get money, though. I bet you set up donations when you had that. You know what I mean? Like, it's very obvious to me. Like, you're saying that. Thank you, Crisco. I see you. I'm gonna go ahead and drop.
I'll get out so Crisco could get in.
Okay, and you're saying that, and yet you got a whole decked out lowrider to autism awareness. So you obviously care. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And an RV.
I got you.
Can I add to that? As someone, I'm Hispanic, and I know, like, growing up in Hispanic culture, Hispanic culture is very favored to wanting their men to be very machismo, very, macho. And I feel like he's trying to also push that on his son. And it's like I said, he's not making the proper accommodations to that. Like, I get it. It's, whatever, but you can't be doing things like wanting escorts for him and wanting him to, do all these things that he can't do because he can't, consent to these things. He doesn't have the mental capacity to consent to those things. Like, that's not okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And to even put that as an idea in your head, to even say that to your followers is a joke. It shows how poor you are as a person, as a father, that you would even joke about that, knowing that your son couldn't even give you consent for that. You yawning, yet you here. You tired? Because you obviously not too tired. You sitting up in here. You've been waiting. So don't do that. Don't act like we're boring you. This is the most entertainment you get. Don't act like that. You'll probably go jack off to it later. Go ahead. One Pink, go ahead.
So I just
to show the life of Marty through the eyes of what it looks like autism through the eyes of Marty. Why wouldn't you show? Why wouldn't you show us him going to therapy? It's through his eyes. That's what your whole page is about.
I do home therapy.
Crisco, what's up? What's up, Crisco?
One thing I say, look at generic page. Everything's like that.
I missed that. I missed it. What did he say?
My wife is probably shit.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. I don't know why it was very hard to hear. Crisco, I don't know what he was saying or they were saying. I can't really tell. But you say that you're doing all of this and you're trying to, but you don't show us what it looks like through the eyes of him. This is who did that. We didn't do that. We didn't do that, Marty. So does your son go through a day program?
May I?
Go ahead.
First off, I created TikTok for me and my son. I didn't create it for none of y'all, so I can care less what y'all think. I do home therapy for my son, which I can care less what y'all think. When the day y'all pay my bills, the day y'all can be concerned with what y'all have to say about me. Because at the end of the day, my life doesn't change. Whatever you have to say, it doesn't change. So go on.
And yet you're here.
Yes, I'm
and
here.
Yet you're here.
Because you're talking about me, I don't want to be here.
No, you don't have to be here. Because I can drop you right now. You don't have to be here. You're the one who's sitting here. Oh, are you guys talking about me? Yes, you don't have to be here.
Yes, I have to defend myself.
No, you don't. You're the one who said you're saying this isn't about what it is, and we don't care, and all. You don't care about us. You don't care what we have to say. Yet you're sitting here.
May I?
Where is Marty at?
May I say something? First off, I knew this was one-sided when I came in. When you shared nothing but hate videos instead of any of the videos I sent you, so I knew I came into a one-sided argument with y'all.
I haven't even shared any.
Your live was about those videos you shared were over almost 5 years ago. So I don't know why you're sharing those old videos. They're not current. I'm not even in that house anymore. So if you're going to show something, show current videos, not the old ones that are about 5-6 years ago. So please, thank you.
The video of him with the news, that's old too, and he shared that to you, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter how
I mean,
old.
so you want to talk
So
about videos that benefit you. You want to talk about videos where you were on the news getting Christmas cards and where you were getting bullied and harassed. You didn't have no
yeah,
problem with
that
that.
happened 3-4 years ago. So it doesn't
True.
matter how
So
old it is.
when
It's
it
just
benefits you,
showing
you don't
him.
mind.
Yeah.
You know,
When it
to
benefits
show
your
you
narrative, you don't mind.
to show you what I'm about. And if I was such a scammer,
Oh
really,
no. So then we're showing you what you're about with
hold
all
on.
these videos, not just the new ones, not just the
May
old
I?
ones. We're
May
showing
I?
what you're about, Marty.
May I? Since I
I'm
was
gonna
such a
go ahead and wrap.
scammer,
No, Marty. We're just gonna go ahead and thank you everybody for joining. I really appreciate
Can I
and
say
everybody.
I haven't said
Go ahead.
I just want to say something real
Oh,
quick.
go ahead, Lucky. Go
I've
ahead.
been
Or
following
go
I've
ahead.
been following him. I've been following him for 2 years, and I didn't start speaking up until recently, like a few months ago. And once he found out that I started speaking on him, he made troll videos on me personally, attacking me, my weight, saying lots of nasty and degrading things. He's very degrading towards women. He is disgusting. None of his platforms, all his pages are not dedicated to talking about haters and how we hate on his son, and his son has nothing to do with anything. It's him. It's him that's the problem. It's not got nothing to do with Junior. What we want is for him to do better, to be a better father and be a better advocate for his son, because his son needs it. His son is 35 years old and his son doesn't even feed himself. That says a lot. That says a lot. It doesn't matter how severe his autism is. He should be able to feed himself. And that says a lot for him to be 35 and not know a thing. And he's only an adult when it's convenient for him or when he wants him to be an adult. And it's only, he has autism when it's convenient for him. And he's a contradiction also. And he always says, show proof, show proof. The proof is out there. He is his own proof, because he's on live every single day, all day. His son does nothing but sit on that couch staring into space. He doesn't do anything for his son, doesn't advocate at all for his son. And it's sad. And that's what we're trying to do, is for him to be a better father.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Chucky. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Go ahead, respond. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was saying, first off, there's a lot of videos of my son that they make fun of my son. Nasty, ugly, gross videos. That's why I hardly show my son on video on social media no more. If you followed me before, I had a bigger.
You hardly show your son. You just showed your son on social media the other day. Why you be lying? You can't even say facts for 1 second. You're pathetic. You're absolutely pathetic. You utilize your son for social media. You utilize your son when you feel like it. You are a pathetic man. You don't have anything going for yourself. You clearly want to use your son when you feel like it. What does that mean? I don't care about that. Yeah, you clearly want to use your son when you don't have anything going for yourself, and that's why your son beg and you don't want to actually do anything for your son. You're sad, you're pathetic, and that's why people are coming after you. You act like people are sitting here just saying you're a perfect father and you are just getting bullied and you're getting harassed. You're not getting any of that. You're just pathetic. And your son deserves better. That's what you don't understand, Marty. Nobody's coming after you because you're a perfect father. Your son deserves better. Everybody can see that. And it's sad. You took his tablet away when he should be utilizing that tablet. He's clearly not in any day programs. I don't understand why you sit here and you want to throw the middle finger up. Why don't you open that tablet? Why don't you search for some programs instead of sitting here begging people for money all day? You're pathetic. You only want to use your son when it benefits you. You want to talk about other people. You want to deflect on what other people have going on. You're a loser. I feel sorry for your son. He could be doing so much better than he is right now. He could be doing so much better than he is right now. But unfortunately, he has a poor, pathetic father in you. Thank you, guys. Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. I don't think there's any much more to say. He is obviously he's obviously full of crap. There's nothing else to really add. I'm not adding you back in, Marty. After you flipped me off, you can go kick rocks. Quite honestly, you really don't. Your son seems like a lovely person, and you don't deserve him at all. You just don't. At this point, I'm not going to go back and forth. It is what it is. Vets or anything like that. Marty, you're not coming back up here. Have a good one. I wish you the best. I hope you do better for your son, because honestly, it's sad. It's sad. And all I can say is support actual people who are actually putting in the work and showing and helping people and opening up a safe space for family members who have autistic children. That's what I would say from here. Don't give, unfortunately, and I hate to say don't give this man a dime, but I hope to God that this man actually gets his thought process together and that he actually wants to do something for his son. You guys have a good night. I am going to get some sleep, and I'm sorry, you guys, there's nobody by that name. So, or normally I would.